Okay, guys. Hey, I am about to go live here and always in the car, so always trying to figure out the best angle for my phone so that number one, the phone will stand up, and then number two, that you guys can see me, hear me, and all of that good stuff. So I am Janice Parker. Hello, hello, hello. Happy, what is today? Thursday to you. And I'm excited to share some information with you. Hey, sweet Victory, I see you. To share some information with you that actually revolutionized my appointment making on last night. And I got it from a mentor of mine like about a week ago or two weeks ago. And I actually recorded it. And then last night I actually went back and, hey, how are you? I actually went back and I listened to it and took some notes. Hey, how are you? Welcome. I can't, my eyes, guys, so I can't really see, but hello to you. For those of you who feel like not only will this provide value for you, but it'll actually help somebody that you know, please feel free to swipe left, swipe right, up or down, and share so that we can get as many people to benefit from it as possible. Also, can I get some hearts? Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the hearts. I really want this information to be valuable, and thank you for joining CPL Jam. Welcome. I'm excited to have you guys. So today I am Coach JP, and I'm going to be giving you 5 plays that can help you actually secure more appointments. And what I want you guys to do, is, if you have a pen, take notes, but definitely it'll be live for 24 hours so you guys can actually go back and listen to it. Now, let me ask you a question. Like, when I'm looking dead at the screen, does it look like I'm looking down? Should I look like at the dot on my phone to look more eyeball to eyeball? I don't know. So if somebody could tell me, that would be great. So here we go. 5 plays, right? So one of the things that, as a aspiring business person, look at the dot. Okay. Thank you. All right, well, so one of the things as an aspiring business partner that you want to learn to do, you have to do, is book more appointments. And so the biggest thing that we find is, like, we don't know what to say. Welcome, sweet Victory. We don't know what to say when we're actually on the phone. And because we don't know what to say, because we don't know what to say, we find ourselves stumbling. So I'm going to give you 5 things. So first things first. Hi, Delogu 1961, welcome. So first things first, guys, is this. Number 1, and I want you to not change these. I want you to actually learn them verbatim. I got these from a mentor of mine, and he said that his coach had come to him and said, hey, how are you at booking appointments? And he said, I'm great. And his coach said, okay, well, how you really doing? And he said, oh man, I'm sucking. Nobody's booking appointments with me. I can't even get, through my entire script, on the phone. So he gave him 5 things, and he said, I want you to actually learn these verbatim. And so that's what I did. First things first is, it always makes sense for good people. Welcome. It always makes sense for good people to meet. So write that down. It always makes sense for good people to meet. Hey, how are you? Mo 104. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you these, and then I'm going to kind of put them in like a scripting context for you. So it always makes sense for good people to meet. The second thing is, because there is nothing negative about knowledge is never negative. That's what it is. Knowledge, no. I apologize. Number 2, knowledge is never a disadvantage. Knowledge is never a disadvantage. So number 1, okay, thank you. So number 1 is that it always makes sense for good people to meet. Number 2, because knowledge is never a disadvantage. And here's something like to even set the stage for that. So you could make this 1 or 2 or 3, and like, it doesn't have to be done in any particular order. But it also, you also want to say, listen, it may be for you, it may not. Either way is fine. So again, that takes them off the hook, because most people, like, even if they walk into a shoe store and somebody says, may I help you? You came to buy shoes, but what's the first thing we say? You guys know. What's the first thing we say, right? We say, no, I'm just looking. Well, you came to buy shoes, but that's because we're like sales resistant, right? So it may be for you. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. So then the other thing is, another one that you would say is, because if your life ever changes or your situation ever changes, I want to be the first phone call you make. So if your situation ever changes or life ever changes for you, I want to be the first phone call that you make. And then the 5th one is, because I believe that good business is referral business. I believe that good business is referral business. So what's number one? It always makes sense for good people to get together. Number two, because not, what did I say? Knowledge is, you guys got it. But number three is because, it may be for you, it may not. Oh, knowledge is never a disadvantage. Number three, it may be for you, it may not. Number four, because if your situation ever changes, I want to make sure that I'm the first call you make. And then number five is because I believe good business is referral business. So I called a young man that I have not seen in like 8 years last night, and I got him on the phone, and he, hey, Mr. Moy, how are you? What's going on? And, we kind of had a little bit of chatter, and I said, well, listen, after I found out what was going on with him, because I had to reconnect a little bit. I couldn't just like dive in to my speech. So, afterwards, after he had told me a little bit about what he was doing, I said, well, listen, I wanted to get together with you and share a little bit about what I'm doing. Now, it may be for you, it may not, but either way is just fine. But I'm sure you would agree, it makes sense for good people to get together. He said, oh yeah, absolutely, always. So what's going on? I said, well, I was able to book the appointment, but here's how I made sure the appointment was going to stick in his head. I said, listen, like I said, this may or may not be for you, but knowledge is never a disadvantage. Would you agree? And he said, oh, absolutely not. And then I said to him, I said, okay. And, if it's not for you, great, because I believe that good business is referral business. And if it's not for you, you may be able to direct me in the path of somebody it is for. I said, and at the end of the day, should your situation ever change, if it's not for you, then of course, I want to be that first phone call. He said, that sounds great. So we booked the appointment. Somebody I hadn't talked to, literally, I have not seen, talked to, Facebook, text, Twittered in 8 years. And so it was amazing how it worked. So after I was pumped up from that one, I did 4 or 5 more calls, and they all went the exact same way. Appointment after appointment after appointment. So I'm going to challenge you to write these down. I am calling an audible. These are 5 plays. Play number 1. It always makes sense for good people to get together. Play number 2, because knowledge is never a disadvantage. Play number 3, it may be for you, it may not, but either way is fine. And you could say it might be for you, it might not. Either way is fine. And then number 4, because if your situation ever changes, I want to be the first phone call you make. And then number 5, because I believe good business is referral business. Guys, you can't lose with those. Even, my mentor said, even when you're starting your one-on-one, when you sit down with them, relax them, because they feel like they're about to be sold, and nobody likes to be sold, right? So because they feel that way, their guards are up. But if you sit down and you say, hey, listen, it's great to see you. Just want to share with you what I'm doing. Maybe for you, may not be for you. But either way, I'm glad that you and I as good people got together. But here's the thing. I believe good business is referral business. If it's not for you, cool. If it is, great. But hey, should it not be and your life ever changes, I want to be the first phone call you make. Fair enough? Is it okay if I go ahead and share with you what I'm doing? So I like the words share with you what I'm doing versus show you a business opportunity. Does that make sense? So guys, I hope this helped. This is Coach JP coming at you.